Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Riser, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best tips to get the most FPS in Minecraft, how to get better FPS in Minecraft, and yeah, this is going to be like the ultimate guide on how to improve your FPS, every tip that I could pretty much give you in order to make your game run smoother and just have a better experience. So, I'm going to be showing you guys a bunch of different tips, probably 4 or 5, that will, truly help you get better FPS, and I feel like this guide is just gonna be so helpful. Before I did these tips, I was getting maybe 60 FPS, like at most, and now that I've followed like a lot of these tips and I know how to increase my FPS in Minecraft, I've been able to go up to, as you can see, I'm getting about 150 right now, but most of the time, once I've been running Minecraft for a little while, I get up to 400, 500 FPS. Right now, I went up to about 250, so I'm getting a really stable FPS, which is actually really important. Before I go on a rant and start rambling on, I'm just gonna start showing you guys how to do it. So I'm gonna start off with what I think are the more basic tips and just kind of progress and show you guys a bunch of tips on how to increase your FPS in Minecraft. So we're gonna start off by going into our options. Just regular options. If you have Badline or any other client, don't worry about that. You just want to go into regular options. And from here, you're going to go to video settings, okay? And you're definitely going to want to turn smooth lighting off. Because, honestly, I mean, smooth lighting is nice, but if you're one of those people that's getting 20 to 30 FPS, are you really going to care about smooth lighting? I mean, I know personally I wouldn't. So, yeah, I would definitely turn that off. Render distance, so we're going to do a little comparison real quick. Render distance with, let's try 30, which is really high. But basically, you can see really far. Like, I could go all the way out here. Actually, it doesn't let me. But still, like, you could go into a single player world and test it out. It'll enable you to see a lot farther, which, I mean, for some people, it could be considered important. But if you're struggling with FPS, you're not going to care about that. So you're going to want to turn your render distance to about 6, which is considered short, which is good. Because the higher the render distance is, the more your PC is going to have to use, and it's just going to be too much. So I'm fine with 10 because I have a good PC, but for those of you that don't have very good PCs or you have a laptop that's not great, definitely turn this down to 6, maybe even 4 if you want, you know? It's really up to you. Just try it out. Max frame rate, you can keep that on unlimited. It doesn't really matter. If your graphics are on fancy, you definitely want to put it on fast. You want to have that on fast for sure. And yeah, so I'm gonna actually go back into video settings, and you're gonna want to go to quality. Guys, once you're in quality, you're gonna want to go to where it says map levels right here. So I'll wait for it to show up. And also, if you guys don't know what these settings are doing, you can just hover your mouse over it, and as you can see, it shows up text on what it is. So what this is, as you can see, off means there's no smoothing at all, which is just gonna lessen what your computer has to do, lessen the amount of power your computer's using, and it's gonna increase your FPS. So if you have that off, I'm not gonna adjust it just because it'll make my game, it makes your game kind of freeze up for 5 seconds, and then it's fine again. I'm just not going to do it for the sake of recording. If you turn it off, there's going to be no smoothing at all. Your game's not going to look as good. Basically, this affects distant objects, so with completely off, there's going to be no smoothing. Your game isn't going to look as good, but if you want better FPS, you might have to make that sacrifice. With minimum smoothing, that's what I would recommend turning it down to. I would recommend turning it down to 1 or 2. I keep mine on 3 just because I want my game to look pretty good. So yeah, I feel like that's probably the best option when you're going to go into quality. Next, you can go into performance, and here are a few things that you're going to want to change that you might not have right now. So you see where it says smooth FPS? Basically, off means there's no stabilization and your FPS is going to go up and down. That's what I have, but honestly, it's because I always have above 100 FPS. I mean, usually I have like 300. I have like 200 right now, but yeah. Basically, smooth FPS, if you have that on, it's going to stabilize your FPS. So you could be getting a steady 100 FPS. Honestly, you don't need to have 700, 800 FPS. I get it sometimes, and I'll go into the reasons why later in the video, but all you really need is above 60 FPS, preferably 100 or 200. Render off. Actually, no, I scratched that. You do want it on. I don't have it on. But yeah, it is going to, it even says it may substantially increase the FPS. So you're gonna want to turn that on. I don't know why I didn't have it on. I've also seen that you do want to have fast math on. Basically, it can increase FPS. It literally says, like, right here, functions which can better utilize CPU and increase FPS. So you can turn that on. I have it off because for me it's not really a concern of mine. But yeah, definitely turn that on. That I do want to show you guys is where it says full screen mode right here, which is actually really important because changing the resolution of your screen, although it may make your screen look more pixelated, it really can help FPS. And this goes for other games too, but in Minecraft it actually has a built-in feature. Basically what you want to do is just going to your video settings, go to other, and then where it says full screen mode, you're gonna just keep clicking until you get to 1280 by 720. Actually, I just passed it here. And you could go to any of the other ones, but 1280 by 720 is just sort of a popular one to use. So I would go to that, and if it doesn't do it immediately, you actually do have to be in full screen mode. So just do keep that in mind when you're going to change your full screen mode. Okay guys, the next tip I do have for you guys is to just go to either YouTube or a website, and you can go search up Minecraft resource packs. And once you search it up, you can really go to anything. Get mine off of YouTube, which is what I'll go to right now. So you can just look up 16x FPS Boost texture pack right here. And there are going to be multiple videos. All you have to do, it'll say like right here, 16x texture packs, 16x FPS pack release. You can even do 8x, which it will just give you higher FPS. And what you're gonna want to do is go onto the video, and there should be a download link in most of the descriptions. Yeah, right here there are like 3 download links, so you could just download an 8x or 16x texture pack, and that's gonna really help improve your FPS because 8x and 16x are both like below the pixels that Minecraft runs. Minecraft is either 16x or 32x, so especially if you want to use an 8x8 texture pack, it'll basically just lessen the amount of pixels, and it'll be a lot less work on your computer, so that's definitely a helpful thing to do. Another thing you're going to want to do is actually go, if you're on Windows, go type in right here settings, and just go to the settings app. Let that load up, and then go over to gaming. And what you're going to want to do is go over to this tab right here that says game bar. It should already be on it. And where it says record game clips, screenshots, and broadcast, you're actually going to want to turn that off. Now, for me, I'm going to keep it on because I actually use game bar to get clips. What I mean by that is if I make a good play in ranked Skywars or just that, for example, I just use game bar to record back what I did. But if you're not like concerned about that, you don't need clips for anything, just turn it off because it's just background, which is just using more of your computer. Also, once you've done that, you are going to want to go down a few to game mode, and it says when game mode is on, Windows optimizes your PC for play, which is actually really important because Windows is literally helping you improve your performance in any game. So you do want game mode to be on. If it's off, please turn it on. It literally says that it optimizes your PC for gaming. So that's just a really important thing to go to. And next, you're actually going to want to look up notifications and action settings. And from here, you are going to want to just stay on this notification tab. And where it says get notifications from apps and other senders, you're going to want to turn that off. And basically, it's going to not have other appliances running in the background, which is actually really important to your computer, the apps. And once you go to background apps, you see all of these are all running in the background that you do not need. You don't need, I don't think you need any of these for Minecraft. So all you want to do is just uncheck let apps run in the background, and they will, like, literally none of these will run, and it will just help your performance a lot. Alright guys, another tip I do have for you guys is to download mods or a client. And by a client, I'm talking about a PvP client specifically, which one of them is Badlion Client, which I do use. So I'm just gonna go really quickly to their website, where you can actually directly download the Badlion Client depending on what you're on. No, you can. You can get it on Mac. I thought you couldn't. But if you're a Mac user, you're in luck. You can get it, and also Windows, of course, you can download it. And basically, Badlion Client is just a massive FPS boost. Like, it has so many mods built in, and like, I was getting between like 60 and 80 FPS before I got Badlion Client, and as you could see before, I was getting up to 250, and when I'm not recording, we're 500 FPS. So yeah, of course I am recording, so my FPS is a little bit lower. But yeah, you can get Badlion Client. You can also go to PvP Lounge, which is another one. PvPlounge.com. You can download it directly off of their website. I'm pretty sure all of these clients are free. Like, see, as you can see right here, it showed 59 FPS, and then it goes all the way up to 800, which is ridiculous. That's absolutely crazy. You can also go to Lunar Client. Right here, lunar.gg, and you can download their client directly for Windows or Mac. You guys can look up a tutorial how to download it, because I only know how to download Badlion Client. I don't know about these other clients. So yeah, that's just another really good tip that you can use in order to drastically improve your FPS in Minecraft. So guys, I do hope that this video helped you with FPS. This video did take a little bit to make, so I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, especially if this did help you. And yeah, I really hope that just this helped a lot of people, and you guys could get your FPS up, and just hopefully you guys can have a better experience, because these tips do really work, especially the clients. Like, if you download Badlion Client, PvP Lounge, or Lunar Client, your FPS will go up, and it will be a pretty dramatic change. Badlion Client really did help me with my FPS. If you guys are curious, you can see my FPS in the top right. But yeah, they are really important. Texture packs are really good. Like, let's say you don't want to download one of the clients, look up, you could literally even look up like a 4x4 texture pack, but I would recommend 8x8 just so your game doesn't look too crappy. And yeah, you can just use all of the tips that I gave you in this video, and if you're getting like 20 to 30 FPS, you will definitely start getting above 60 FPS. Which is why it's important to turn your frame rate to unlimited so that you can go past 60, because I'm pretty sure it caps it at 60 normally. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.